Should we have an intro?
This is our podcast intro.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hits Podcast. My name is Oscar. This is my... What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hits... How do I go? I always, like, if I think about it too much, I can't do it.
Podcast.
No.
HTS.
Shut up.
No,
You're going to do
some
it wrong.
stupid rhyme with I. Haha. Bars. This is my sister, Sophia.
No, this is terrible. What's up, guys?
That's how
Welcome
you do
back
it.
to
Yeah,
the Hits
you do it
Podcast.
terribly.
My name is Oscar. This is my sister, Sophia. This is our podcast. It's called the Hits Podcast, HTS, no I. Thank you for being here. Sophia, you said that you have something to say?
Yes, as I'm sure you guys have noticed, or will notice throughout the episode, unfortunately, I will not be eating this episode. I know.
How the fuck would they have noticed that
Crazy.
already?
Shh, it's okay. Usually I'm already eating. But that's fine. I'm not going to be eating through this episode. You know why, Oscar? You know why? Because Mom got menudo. And I'm so excited. And I don't want to ruin my appetite. I love menudo.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were already
Mexican
full.
soup. No, I haven't eaten. I just woke up and then we started recording. But yeah, but that's it. That's what I said. I was like, it can be small.
That's the thing that you had to say?
Yeah. That's why I said it wasn't important. Like, it was just like...
Your threshold for good ideas should... Anyways, no, I'm just kidding. Bro,
so rude.
I've been out of El Paso for a while now. And I've been in places with plenty of Mexicans. Like Phoenix has plenty of Mexicans. I was in Phoenix for a year, and now I'm in LA. LA has plenty of Mexicans. The problem is I don't know anybody, and so I don't have anyone to like rely on like, yo, where's a good Mexican place, or where can I go find good menudo? And that's the other thing about menudo. I never get menudo like at a restaurant. You know what I mean? Like if we go to a Mexican restaurant for like breakfast or whatever, I'll never get menudo. I usually get like chilaquiles or some shit.
I love chilaquiles.
And so I'm only used to eating menudo at home when Mom gets it from the bakery, right? But that's like a local bakery that makes menudo that like everybody likes and goes and gets from. You know what I mean? Like I don't know you know how many local bakeries there are here?
None. He has no local bakeries.
There are a lot, but I have no
Mexican.
idea which ones are good and which ones make menudo and like.
So then you go try. Just
that's
go and be like,
that's
yo,
expensive
give me your
and
menudo.
That's expensive and disappointing, bro. I have several things. Wait.
You're crazy. No, let me tell you why you're wrong. What else are you gonna do?
No, wait.
You know no one there. Like you know what I mean? Like
I'm gonna be sad.
If you wanna
and then go to El Paso to visit and then eat menudo. That's what I'm gonna do. That's such a stupid, right? That's such a dumb plan. That's so funny. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep adjusting this.
Anyways, no, yeah, Mom got menudo, and I'm so excited. I haven't had menudo in like a fat minute. You know what I mean? And I'm very excited.
Don't fat shame time.
In a fat, PH capitalized fat minute. Okay. Thank you.
And no, your whole theory of like go try places and find a good one. You know how many plases there are? You know how expensive that is? You know how much time that takes?
Okay.
It'll be weekend
my God,
after weekend.
Oscar,
bro, I've been here for 2 weeks.
That's why you look at the reviews.
I've been here for 2 weeks. I can't trust reviews. I found this taco place on Instagram, and they were like, these are some of the best tacos in LA. They weren't shit. Anyways.
Did you look at the usernames? Was it Stacy that was saying that that's the best taco places?
That's racist. Anyways.
Okay.
My point that I'm trying to make is against the Mexicans, all right? I've had horchata twice since I've been here.
Uh-huh.
Both of them have sucked. And I'm starting to like, because the first time we were at that food taco truck, and I was like, here, let's get this. Oh, what do you guys have to drink? Oh, you got horchata? Then we get some horchata. It was in a bottle with a label. I knew immediately it was going to suck dicks, right? I had it.
Horchata.
It was like bottled, like production,
Weird.
like manufactured, right?
Yeah.
In a bottle with a label. Already knew it was going to suck dicks. It said less sugar or low sugar on the front, like, and I was like, fuck you. No.
It's for sure
like,
gonna be bad.
And it was terrible. It was terrible, right? And then like I went to downtown Burbank, and they have like a First Friday sort of thing. Like I don't know what it's technically called, or like a swap meet, or like a whatever the fuck. There's a bunch of vendors. Market. Yeah, but it's not a farmer's market with a bunch of farmers and vegetables and shit. It's like a market, I guess, with just a bunch of vendors that have like
farmers
some
market?
of them.
No farmers.
Yeah, like
yeah,
market, right? I guess. a bunch of vendors with fucking. Some of them have rocks. Some of them sell food. Some of them make clothes or paint or whatever.
I like going to the rocks one because usually they have jewelry and the jewelry is really nice. I like.
Sophia's a crystal girly. Anyways,
except I don't know jack shit about crystals. I just know that they're pretty, and people ask me about them, and I'm just like, ugh.
I was in downtown Burbank, and they have one of those shits every weekend. And then I was going through, and then there was people with fucking aguas, different aguas and shit, right? And they had like a limon one, and then they had an horchata, and then they had some like strawberry lemonade bullshit. And I should have known from there. I'm like, that's not a standard flavor with the aguas. You know what I mean? Like, there's the limonada, there's the limeade, there's the horchata, there's the melon, there's the Jamaica. Melon. Fucking Jamaica. There's those 4. Maybe there's something else. But like they started getting to strawberry lemonade, something, whatever the fuck. I should have known from there.
It's never this ain't strawberry gonna be lemonade.
Shit, right?
It's only strawberry. If there's strawberry.
Yeah.
Don't, like,
and it's never lemonade.
It's so funny.
It's never lemonade, it's limeade. Hold on, I'm still on this bit. Yeah. I'm still on this bit. It's funny, and I haven't told you this, I don't think. Okay. I should have known from the strawberry lemonade. It wasn't gonna be shit, right? I walk up and I was like, hey, what's up? Like, are there different sizes? How much is it? Is it cash only? Whatever. The main girl who was there talking to the customers, serving the shit, perfect English. Not an accent in fucking sight, bro.
And you said what I said was racist.
I was like, oh, this ain't gonna be shit, bro. No way. No way this is gonna be shit. Yeah. And I was like, I was thinking of trying maybe something this or that. And she was like, nah, it's just one size. You can pay cash if you want. We also take card. And I was like, let me get the horchata. And then I try to be friendly because I've been trying to be more friendly, right? And I was like, so what's up? Do they do this? Like, do they do this every week or like whatever? And she was like, oh, every weekend. So like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there's a bunch of shit. I was like, cool. She serves the horchata. She was like, here you go. I was like, thanks. One shit, bro. And I started thinking to myself, I was like, do I not like horchata? Like, is it just not good?
No, but you've had.
Exactly. I was like, no, I know that these are for sure are not the first times I've had it. And I remember for the longest fucking time, I had never had it, or I don't ever remember having it. So I never liked it. But I just, because I didn't know, like, I was just like, I've never had it. Like, I don't know, like, maybe it's good, maybe it's not. And then eventually I started trying it, and I was like, this is delicious. Why haven't I gotten it? Or like, that's why people like it so much. And I remember I've had it at Mi Cabaña. That shit was delicious. You know what I mean? Nah, they weren't shit. Both times they weren't shit. And I'm like,
Mi Cabaña, it's really good. Oh,
California is losing the Mexican food war in my heart. But go ahead.
It's funny. There's this new place that I don't think you've been to. I don't know if it was open the last time you were here. But it's called Taco Central. And they have such good agua de melon. Like, it's so good. Like, so good. Anyways, speaking of aguas, agua frescas. ¿Fresca or frescas? I always get that.
I think you have to do both. So like, if you say agua, it's agua fresca. If you say aguas, it's aguas frescas.
Agua fresca. Anyways, speaking of agua fresca, we were at the Mall of America. And by we, I mean me and my mom. Like, a couple of weeks ago. We went on a little vacay. Went to the Mall of America, right? And in there was like this little Mexican, like, stall place.
Is this the story about the appetizers with the kick at the end?
No. I don't know what story you're talking about, but no. Shut up and listen. They're aguas, right? They're
I was just going to say, I think you've told this on the podcast, but go ahead.
We were at the Mall of America, right? And we saw this little stall that had, like, aguas. And, like, we didn't even go. I didn't even look at the lady, or if it could have been a dude. I didn't look at who was working there. But you know how they have usually every time, for those of you that don't know, anytime there's aguas, it's like these big jugs. And they're always the same shape. Like, it's like big, and then it has like little ridges. It was in those, right? And like, I could just tell by looking at it, not to say it wasn't going to be good, but I was like, that's not agua. Those aren't it. It was, you could see through. Like, if it, like, there was a strawberry one.
It was and it translucent. Was like, it was clear, it wasn't cloudy.
It wasn't exactly. Yes! It was like you could see, like it was pink and it was thick, but you could still see through, like
You could see through it, but it was pink,
You
like
could
a pink like filter, like lens, like
yeah. And I was just like, like it was probably tastes like strawberry lemonade or something. I don't know what it tastes like, but I was like, for sure, it's not like an OG agua fresca, because it's supposed to be like it's a thick drink. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be like a little like heavy or whatever. You know what I mean?
syrupy, like just barely
Like
almost
not
syrupy.
like
It's supposed to be
barely,
cloudy.
yeah. It's like thick. You know what I mean? Like orange juice. You know? And there was no fruits cut up in there. I was like, what is this? What is this? Fucking they didn't even have ice in there. You know what I mean? Like that's how you know.
So did you get it or no?
No.
Oh.
Because I saw that. That's why I was saying, because you were talking about
You
like,
just knew.
Oh,
You just
I had
knew.
it.
You were like,
I just
no way.
knew, yeah. And like I'm not gonna try it because I know. Like it might taste good, so don't get me wrong. Like because usually I feel like it's hard to fuck up a sweet drink unless it's something like horchata, but that's like a little more specific. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
That's
I think I feel like because horchata in general, like that's very much like a hit or miss with like other Mexicans. You know what I mean? Because like
yeah,
some
people either
are
love
like,
it or it's like no way.
like our sister, she doesn't like it. You know what I mean? Oscar, he likes it. Me,
Our sister's fucking stupid. She doesn't like good things.
That.
There's so many things she doesn't
Shots
like,
fired.
bro. She doesn't like ranch. She doesn't like barbecue sauce or barbecue food. She doesn't like. What else does
she's
she not
fine
like?
with barbecue food as long as there's no barbecue sauce on there.
Like, what else does she not like? Let's shit on Celeste for a second.
She doesn't like grape flavored stuff, but she likes grapes.
She likes grapes. She does. You know what I mean? She's the most particular. She's the most particular with food. Anyways.
No, we can't trash on Celeste because she's sicky poo right now. It feels wrong. It feels not right.
Little bitch ass immune system.
Ah!
Bro. My mom.
Our mom.
We had to give credit to Celeste for this. We don't often credit our older sister for our sense of humor because I think a lot of people in my family make a lot of jokes and are pretty funny, and also like we think we're funnier than her. We're all constantly like.
I was just born with this. I didn't get it from anyone. It was just me. I'm
Shut
amazing.
Up. Anyways, we all always like constantly like, nah, I'm funnier than you. Nah, I'm funnier than you. Not this, not that, whatever. But I'll give Celeste credit for this one. She always likes to say that my mom drank a little too much of the mom juice. And that's the best way of describing my mom. She just has like this undying fucking will to be our mother in like every realm of our lives forever. Like she's always fucking willing to like go help with this or go make that or go offer advice for this or do that for you or like always, right?
You sound so bothered.
To the point where she almost like gets hurt if we like reject her help. Or if we're like, no, I'm gonna do it, and she'll be like,
I appreciate you, Mom.
Okay, whatever. Like
Oscar's a jackal.
Like she feels like neglected and like unloved if we don't like, you know what I mean? Anyways, that's the point of that is Celeste has been sick, so my mom has been taking her food, like driving 30 minutes to go buy food, to go order food, go pick it up, go take it to her apartment, go all the way back home. It's like at least 40 to 50 minutes, the whole ordeal. 3 times a day for the last 2 days, right?
She hasn't been doing it 3 times a day.
She's going to do it 3 times today. She just took her breakfast and she's planning on going back for lunch and dinner. I was on the phone with her. Anyways, I was on the phone with my mom this morning.
Has she been doing it 3 times a day and I just didn't notice?
I was on the phone with my mom this morning and she was like, oh, hold up. I came to get Celeste food. I'm already here. Let me go take it inside for her, right? And I was like, all right then. I don't know why you got to hang up, but whatever, right? Fine. Hangs up.
That's why you have such a problem with it, because Mom hung up on him and he's all like, my little feelings are hurt. She won't drive to LA to give me food if I'm sick.
I didn't get no fucking menudo today. Anyways, she's like, I'm going to give her the food, whatever. She gets off the phone. She comes back a few minutes later. Okay, cool, whatever. We started talking about whatever we were talking about. Within 2 minutes, Celeste calls her. And she was like, oh, hold up. Celeste is calling me. Like, what the fuck? I just saw her. If there was anything wrong, she would have said something. Why the fuck is she calling me? Maybe something's wrong. Right? She was like, hold up. Let me answer the call.
Sounds valid.
Let me answer the call, right? She hangs up, answers the call, calls me back in like 3 minutes. And she was like, she ended up getting another call and whatever the fuck. Anyway, she got to the point in the story. She was like, this bitch was crying when I answered the call. And I was like, oh my fucking God, I fucking knew it. I said it. I was like, I fucking knew it. And she was like, she was crying. So I was concerned, like, what the fuck is wrong? Why are you crying? What's going on? Blah, 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 blah. Right? And she was like, my mom told me that Celeste was crying and was like, it's just that I'm so grateful that I have a mom who brings me food when I'm sick, and she's so helpful and caring, and all this shit, right? And mom was like, yeah, she was crying and just calling to like say
Did
thanks.
mom
I
start
appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful. Whatever, whatever. And as mom's telling me this, I was like, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it was gonna be some bullshit about fucking being grateful.
You're so dumb. But what I want to know.
And hold on. And mom was like, fuck you. Like, I was like, I knew it was going to be some bullshit gratitude. It's because you're so helpful. And mom was like, fuck you just because she appreciates me. And I was like, I appreciate you. But I knew it was going to be some bullshit. Some fucking crying because of this. I was like, as soon as you said she was crying, I knew it was going to be some shit about that. And she was like, whatever, you're so mean. It was funny. That's it. I'm done. That's my story.
Dumb. And then watch, Oscar's gonna get sick and be like, I'm sick. And my mom's gonna be like, oh, my precious baby boy, let me DoorDash you some food. And he's gonna be like,
DoorDash. You know how many times mom has ever DoorDashed me anything?
how many times have you been sick since you've been away that you told her and that you were feeling like shit?
But I've been sick before. I call mom all the time. I call mom every day. She's known when I was sick. I was sick 6 months into being in Phoenix. I didn't get shit.
Okay, were you dying? No.
Nobody's dying. Fuck you.
No. But there's a difference between when you're like, you're just sick, like, I got the sniffles kind of sick, and like, oh no, I feel like I'm dying kind of sick. And right now, our sister feels like she's dying, you know? Plus, you wouldn't appreciate it. You wouldn't call her afterwards and be like, I have a mommy who loves me so much. I appreciate you and love you, Mom, for all that you do, you wonderful human being.
Talk is cheap, bro. You know what I do? I call mom every day. You know what I do? When I go to El Paso, we eat breakfast. We go shopping. I actually spend time with her. I actually talk to her about my life and what I'm doing. You know what I do? I could keep going, motherfucker. All right? Shut up.
And I have a question. No. I have a question. When you go eat breakfast, when you go shop, who's paying for that shit, motherfucker?
That doesn't matter. No, when I say we go shopping, I mean like she's going grocery shopping for the household and I'm there spending time with her, you know? I'm not getting shit.
If he sees chips that he wants.
I'm not getting shit. Like, no, I'm not getting shit. If I get anything, I'll get a drink.
I can't with your ass. No.
Why are you yelling?
Going back.
No.
Because you're ridiculous. No, but like, honestly, I can't even say anything. Because you're like, let's shit on Celeste. I can't even say anything. I'm the biggest chiple when I'm sick. And for those of you that don't know, like, how do you say
chiple is like kiss ass. More like suck up,
no.
Kiss ass. It's also like, martyr. Like, poor me. Like, yes, everyone help me. Like, I feel so bad right now. Like
it's a little bit, it's more that, but it's like you want to like cuddle and you're just like,
softy.
Just like, yeah, like you just like, I'm a chiple. Like, I'm like I want.
I like how today we've been acting like we have this super American audience that isn't gonna know what we're talking about. We don't even have a fucking audience. Most of it's our friends and family. They're all fucking Mexican. Like,
okay, but what if on the off chance there is an American that's watching and then they're like,
fuck
oh,
you.
These fucking Mexicans, I don't even know what chiple means. You know? Anyways, like very like I want someone to like call
like
me.
softy. That's what I said. Kind of martyrish. Like I said,
want
softy.
To me. Anyways, when I'm sick, I'm the biggest chiple, so I can't say anything. Like I like, you know what I mean, bruh. Oh, it was funny. I got when was it? I want to say like last week. I got my certificate because I graduated, right? And then like I graduated, but then I had to take a test to get a certain certification for that like diploma or whatever. You know what I mean? But like they were separate things. Like I could still graduate without this. Yeah, I got a certification.
It's just a certification.
Okay, yeah. Words are hard sometimes. Okay, I graduated. I got a certification, right? And that certification, it like came in like a square. It looked like the size of a diploma. Like they gave me like a thing, you know, because I passed the test or whatever. And it came in, but it was like all folded. And mom was like, oh my God, because this happened, like, I got it after I graduated, and so, like, I was supposed to get my diploma in the mail, right? And so mom got, like, all, like, oh my God, is that your diploma? Did these motherfuckers, like, fold your diploma? Like, and she was, like, all upsetty spaghetti. And I was like, no, it's my ARDMS, it's my ARDMS, like, it's my certification, like, it's fine, like, it's not, like, yes, I worked hard to get this, but, like, it's not the diploma, like, it's fine, right? And she was just like, oh, okay, right? And then my diploma came in, and we were like, but like, if they folded this, because it's gonna be the same size, chances are my diploma is gonna be like folded too, you know? And I was just like, ooh, she's gonna be real upsetty spaghetti, you know?
Stop saying upsetty spaghetti.
I always say upsetty spaghetti. Anyways, she came. My diploma came in, and I saw it. It wasn't folded; it was curved. But I was just like, ooh, I hope there's not like creases in it though. And then I opened it, and my mom was already like, oh, this motherfucker. That better not happen. Better not be one single crease. Like, it better like, you know what I mean?
Mom cares so much. We don't have enough room to care. Is that a good way of putting it? Because in that type of situation, she's so upset by that shit that I'm kind of like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, we're all right. Like, everything's gonna be fine. Like, you can chill.
Anyway, she was like, better not, my baby girl's like, better not have fucked it up. You know what I mean? And then I opened it, and I was like, look, no folds or anything. It was just like when you like if you roll up a paper,
curved, yeah.
It's not gonna be folded. It was just curved. And I was like, once you put it in the frame, it'll be fine, right? And she was just like, okay. And I'm like looking at it, and then I'm here, right? Like, I'm behind like one of the couches. Our dad is on that couch over there. It's like an L. He's on that side of the L. My mom's next to me looking through the rest of the mail. And I'm looking at my diploma, and I look up to our dad, and I go, like, all stupid. Did you see? Because it was like freezing a little bit. I was all like, oh, they misspelled my name. My mom was like, what? They misspelled. And she was like, you're kidding. Oh my God. How? We have to go do this. How'd they misspell your name? And then she like snatches the diploma out of my hand. And like, I'm trying not to laugh. And our dad's there just like, he's like, you fucking asshole, like laughing. And then she's like reading and she's like, they didn't misspell your name. And then me and our dad, like, then we just started laughing. We were just like, ha ha ha. Like, it was so funny. And then I was like, I know. And she's like, you're being mean. And she like slapped my arm. She was just like, like, you know, where she goes like,
yeah, yes, we know.
You know what I mean? She's like, you guys are so mean. And she like takes the mail and like goes off to the kitchen. But it was so funny because we were both like, you know what I mean? But it was so funny because like she was right next to me. Yeah, literally, she was right next to me, but she was so like that, and like I did it obvious. Like I was like, oh my God. That was the story that I told you the other day. I was like, I made it funny.
Oh, okay, that's funny. Bro, I was editing this week, and again, there were like I was cutting through there was so many times where like Sophia was saying something, and then I say something because I'm gonna forget it, and then Sophia like, and then goes back to eating, and I feel so bad when I'm watching it. I'm like, damn, I'm a dickhead. I talk so much, like. So like when she told this story, I was like, shut the fuck up, Oscar. Shut the fuck up.
You're like, don't
let her tell the story. Like.
No, yeah, because I'll be like, wait, no, and then you're like, no, because I'll forget, and I'm like, that's literally how it goes.
Anyways, I have 3 stories that I wrote down this week. You ready? I'll start with.
I'm listening.
Okay, here we go. I met my first person in LA officially, right? You look way too excited. Chill out.
Oscar doesn't meet people.
No, well, here's the thing. I did technically, but I also didn't. So, like, kind of. Anyways, I met my first person in LA because I've been here, right? And I don't know anybody and I don't have any friends and whatever. So I've gone out each of these weekends. I've been here for 3 weekends, but the first one I was moving in, so I didn't go anywhere. The other 2 weekends, I went out, like I tried some like local places. Like I heard this place is cool. I heard that place is this or whatever. I went, tried to kind of like hang out, try to make small talk, right? The first Friday that I went out, I didn't talk to anybody. The Saturday right after that, I ended up making kind of some small talk of like, hey, is this where that is? Or like, hey, what's this or whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing really picked up, right? Just kind of interacting with strangers, right? And then on like Sunday or Monday or some shit, I think Sunday I had gone to get ice cream because Friday and Saturday I was craving ice cream, and then I ended up getting something else. Like Friday I just ended up eating fruit here like a fucking old lady, and it did not satiate my ice cream craving, right? And then Sunday I ended up getting that bullshit horchata over in downtown Burbank. And I had Saturday I ended up getting that bullshit horchata. And I had like a good day that day. I was kind of just chilling, just hanging out, like not really getting too much in my head about talking to anybody and whatever. And so then Sunday I was like, I'm gonna go get fucking ice cream because I haven't had ice cream, right? So I got ice cream. And I was actually wearing this sweater. And the reason I wore this sweater so I could talk about this too. I have a story in the story. Here we go. I have two Rick and Morty sweaters. I've worn both of them out to like Starbucks or this or that or whatever. Both times that I wore this one time, I wore the other one another time. On both of those occasions, the register person was like, "Oh, I like your sweater," and I was like, "Thanks," which is kind of weird because I've worn these sweaters a lot and I've had them for a while, and people don't often compliment them or whatever. So, anyways, I went to the ice cream place. I was wearing this sweater, and I was like, "Can I get that fucking boba jasmine flavor?" And she was like, "That has caffeine," and it was like 8:00, and I was like, "Thanks for knowing I'm an old lady. I'll not be having that." And then I was like, "Can I try this vanilla, whatever?" And she was like, "I mean, you can, yeah. But I noticed your sweater. We did like a collab with Rick and Morty where we have a concentrated dark matter flavor." And I was like, it didn't like click in my head what she was saying until she showed it to me. Cause I was like, you didn't just say yes to me getting vanilla. So I was like, what's going on? Right. I had to catch up.
God.
And she was like, it's this one over here. And she was like, look it. And it looked like a sludge. Like it was dark ass fucking gray. Right. And then it clicked in my head. I was like, oh, she said concentrated dark matter. Oh, from the episode with the fucking aliens and the thing. And Rick and Morty. And she was like, it's not. She was like, it's not labeled.
Smart. You got
it's
such a big.
Shut up. On the flavor thing, she was like, it's not labeled and branded as the Rick and Morty flavor anymore, but it's the same fucking flavor. We just kept it because it was so popular, but like the licensing thing like kind of expired, whatever. And she was like, you want to try that? And I was like, she was like, here, you could try a sample. And I was like, it was just chocolate, but like food colored, but it was like chocolatey as fuck. It was delicious. And I was like, yeah, let me get that shit. So I got that shit, right? Ate it, right? Came back to the apartment. I get in the elevator from the garage. I'm in the garage underneath the first floor. I'm going up to the third. I go up. Boop, it stops right away. I was like, what the fuck is going on? This isn't the third floor. It was the first floor. The door opens up. Somebody walks in. I was like, oh, stranger, right?
Stranger danger.
And then I was like, opportunity to practice your social skills. Fuck it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you just move in? Which I feel is a decent question in an apartment complex. It kind of feels a little invasive or creepy, but I think it also makes sense. Like, what the fuck else am I supposed to say?
Was it a guy or a girl?
It was a guy, right? I was like, you just move in? And he was like, yeah, today actually. And he looked kind of nervous. And I was like, you okay? Like, he was like, yeah, today. And I was like,
you need help packing?
No, I didn't say it. He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, today. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I just moved in last week. And he was like, oh, you did? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, how is it? Like, is it cool? And I was like, I mean, yeah, it's fine. Like, this elevator makes pretty loud, creepy noises when it turns on. But other than that, like, it's cool. He didn't laugh, the son of a bitch. Everybody I've told this story to laughed when I said that. He didn't fucking laugh. Fuck him. Anyways, I was like, this elevator makes loud, creepy noises when it turns on. But other than that, like, it's cool. And then he was like, is it pretty empty? And he kind of looked like creeped out. And I was like, it just opened a month ago. So there's only like 6 tenants. Like, it's still filling up. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I think he was kind of creeped out that there was nobody here. Anyways. And then I was like,
he was like, cool. There's that person.
And then he was like, it was like, cool. That was a little interaction. Like, you know, practice your social skills.
And then he was like, his name?
I was gonna, but he was like, oh, I'm by the way. And he like rearranged the shit he was holding and reached out to shake my hand. I was like, Oscar. Cool. I got out on the 3rd floor. He was going to the 5th or some shit, right? Whatever. That was that. It's already the end of the day. I got to work the next morning. I go to the restroom to take a shower and shit. I get in there and I look in the mirror. My lips were all fucking blue. Like darker than this. Blue as fuck. from the fucking ice cream.
Ice cream.
Because it had a shitload of food coloring. Because it was brown chocolate and it became like dark ass fucking. It was dark as shit. I'm trying to find something that was the color of it. Like dark, bro. Like darker than this fucking backpack. It was like that. It was like this. No. I think he was creeped out genuinely by the apartment complex because it was super empty and it was like, what the fuck is going on here?
You think he thought you were wearing lipstick?
My lips were dark as shit, and I was like, what? Oh, what the fuck? and then I was like, what? And I kind of like, and my tongue was dark as fuck too. And I was like, fuck. And I was wearing my hat forward and I wasn't like making super fucking eye contact, right? Like it was just kind of like, yeah, and like, oh, right. And then I kind of like did this, like, and like when I closed my mouth, you could just barely see that it was blue. Like most of the blue was like,
oh, it was like the inside of your,
mostly the inside, and it was kind of creeping on the outside. And I was like messing with my lips with different angles. I was like, nah, you can't really see it like that. You can see it like this, whatever. And I was like, oh well, whatever.
Oh my god.
But that's fucking funny. That's fucking hilarious. Stupid shit. And then I texted. Here's the thing. Perkins texted me. Perkins already texted me. He's already texted me several times like, yo, what's up? How's LA? Like, how's it going? Whatever. You. Right? So he texted me Monday or something like that. And for those of you who don't know Perkins is my old roommate, ex-best friend. He was a stranger that I moved in with. Then he was upgraded to roommate. Then he was upgraded to friend. Then he was... Did I ever upgrade him to best friend? Yeah, I did. I upgraded him to best friend once Josh left. Anyways.
And then he was upgraded to lover.
Now I don't live with him anymore, right?
And but he's heartbroken.
He knows
and
I'm
he doesn't
want
to try any Mexican places without Perkins.
Shut up.
Because they used to do that together.
No, we didn't. Actually, there was a taco place that I wanted to try. And he came with me, but he didn't get anything because he wasn't hungry. But he came just to hang out.
Because he loved you so much, he was willing just to go and sacrifice his time.
Because Perkins is for the homies. Like he's cool with just hanging out. He doesn't have to be participating in the shit. You know what I mean?
Like, homies.
That was a bad way to put it. Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Anyways, my old roommate texted me and he was like, "What's up? How's LA? Whatever." And I was like, "I met my first person yesterday," and he was like, "What?" And I was like, I kind of tell him the story. I was like, this dude, I talked to him in the elevator, whatever. His name's whatever. And I was like, he's not the first person I've interacted with, like the first stranger I've interacted with, but the first one I've exchanged names with. So I consider it the first person I've met, right? And I tell the story, and then I send a follow-up message. I was like, anyways, we're basically best buddies now. which I think is funny just in itself, because I told Big O that too. I was like, anyways, we're basically best friends now. But it's even funnier because of the whole history with Perkins being my friend and not, and best friend and this and that.
So long. And now the first bitch you meet in LA, you guys are best friends.
And so
that's funny.
But he laughed. It was funny. But I don't know if he got it, if he understood that that's why I was saying it. But either way, he laughed.
No, he laughed, but he wasn't really laughing.
He was crying
inside.
Do you have another story? Because I have more stories.
I have a topic. Maybe not
necessarily.
It's a story. Okay.
Well, because remember last night I told you I had something to tell you? Okay, what?
Let's say, hypothetically.
Oh, fuck.
Right? Yeah, it's one of those. Hypothetically speaking, we get super popular and famous, right? Wow, amazing. We become, I don't know, celebrities or whatever. Like, we just get really popular and, like, things take off really good. And we're up there, right? We made it. And then Beyonce comes up to you and is like, hey, you want to join the Illuminati? Would you?
That's your fucking question?
Yeah. It's because earlier, let me tell you why. I was playing with this earlier, and then I was like trying to get it like that, and then I went like this, right? And then I saw this, and I was like, I wonder if it's like if we get like so famous,
if we blow
and like
up
people
one
go,
day, people are
and
gonna
then people are
go
like,
back
look,
to this video and see you doing that. Yeah, that's so funny.
And then I was like, would I join the Illuminati? Like if they were like, hey, you wanna come join us? You know, would I? Would I feel like I have to? Because, like, would they kill me if I said no thank you? You know? Anyways, and then I was like, I'm going to ask Oscar.
You're like, I don't want to think about this. I'll let him do it. That actually reminds me, I'm sure you're not familiar with the BFS podcast because you're a loser. This dude Dave Portnoy. You know Barstool Sports? That's that one
Not by
company
that
that
name.
it's literally like a stool and it's like navy blue and it's like tilted and it's like a logo that you find everywhere on a bunch of shit. Anyways, I don't know why I'm wasting my time.
I don't know
Some
why
dude,
either.
some dude.
Some
You know who
dude.
Josh
Some
Richards
dude.
is? You
Not
know
by that name.
who Brianna Chicken Fry is? The
Not
girl
by
that was
that name.
dating Zach Bryan that recently broke up with him.
Don't know who Zach Bryan
Jesus,
is. Bruh,
Sophia.
Anyways, I don't know names. I don't know why you don't know this about me already.
Okay,
I
shut
don't
up,
know
shut
names.
up,
I know
shut up.
faces. Show me a picture of whoever Zion is.
Shut up,
and
shut
I'll
up.
tell you who it
Anyways,
is.
there's some dude. He's the president and creator of a really fucking successful media company that does all sorts of social media shit, right? Rich, famous old white guy, right?
Elon Musk.
No, rich, famous old white guy. And they were talking about the Illuminati. And he was like, is it real? He was like, I would love to join it. Like, I would join for sure. Like, no problem, whatever. And then they were like, nah, but like the whole thing is like supposedly they're like fucking they do like Satan rituals or they do this and whatever.
Yeah, it's like a cult.
And he was like, okay, but like what do you get out of it? Like, what do you get out of it? Like, you tell me like, yeah, go join this club, do this thing, and we'll get you front row tickets to Taylor Swift's concert and you'll get to meet her. Like, fuck yeah, I'll do it. That's what he was saying. Right? And he's all going through it, and they're all kind of laughing, and they're like, no, but then like you gotta like do fucked up shit too. And he's like, what do you mean? Like that's part of the deal. And they're like, no, it's because like, or they're like, you have to like sell your soul to the devil and shit, and then you'll be in the club. And he's like, but then you get a bunch of cool shit and you get to do a bunch of cool shit. And they were like, yeah. And he was like, I'll sell it. I don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, let's do it. I'll sell my soul. And they were like, but then also like, are you willing to do the shit you have to do? And he's like, what do you mean do the shit? He's like, but no, like, because you also have to do favors for them. Like, you'll have to do favors for the group and this. And he's like, oh no, I don't do favors. And like, I thought it was fucking hilarious. And people already said in the comments, he was like, this dude was like, whatever, I'll sell my soul. I don't give a shit. As soon as they mentioned favors, he was like, nah, I don't do favors. You know what I mean? Your Illuminati topic reminded me of that.
What's it called? Nah, but like, how do they know what you have to do to be in the Illuminati? You know?
Those are the rumors. Anyway, let me tell you my story.
Okay.
More social stories. We're gonna have a segment. We're gonna make a segment called "How's Oscar's life in LA going?" And it's all gonna be about public social interactions. I have two more.
Wait. How's Oscar's life in LA going? Do you think that'll get coined by like the Doofenshmirtz?
Well, now that you say it, you fucking dickhead, you could have just left it at that. Why'd you give us away? Anyways, I didn't even notice. I didn't even pick it up. You didn't do it that well.
Well, just cut it out then. Cut the next part out.
I gotta leave it now. It's funny. I gotta leave it. Anyways, go do the thing. Go.
I already did it.
No, but do it so I could tell you. Like introduce. Like,
how's Oscars in life in LA going?
You said how's Oscars in life in LA?
That's not what we're talking. I asked you the question.
Yesterday. I decided to go out again, right? And like, mom's been giving me advice for making friends. Hold on, I'm gonna go turn off the washer. It keeps making a noise. It's fucking annoying. Mom has been giving me advice for being social in public, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, like I've heard of these like sports bars called Barney's. Supposedly they're real popular, especially among the youngins and the influencers and this and that and whatever. And I was like, so I figure I'll go kind of hang out, maybe meet someone, right? Maybe this, maybe that. And then I had gone and I was like, she's like, when you go, sit at the bar, because the bar is where people who care to talk to other people sit. Like if you're with a group and you don't really want to talk to anybody, you sit at a table. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. So then I had gone, the bar was full, whatever. I had gone last week, bar was full, whatever. I was like, oh, there's also pool tables, but all of them were already being used and being taken up by groups. And she's like, what the fuck? I already did this shit. I was like, all the pool tables are being used and taken up. Mm-hmm. And she was like, what you got to do is you got to show up early before the crowd is there, start using one of the pool tables, and then eventually it'll get so packed that you are the one guy taking up a whole pool table to yourself. And then you can easily be like, hey, you want to play? Like, don't even worry about it. Come join me. We'll share the table. Right? And then you can, be friendly and what's up? My name's Oscar and whatever. And I was like, that's a pretty damn good idea, Mom. Whatever. Right?
She's sneaky.
That's just been the general conversation, right? She was like, sit at the bar, do this, do that. She's like, even if you go regularly, you can make friends with the actual employees. Like, you can be a regular, you can, and then even from there, you can ask them like, oh yeah, what do you like to do, or what are some fun things that you can do on Fridays, or like, is this place cool, or whatever the fuck, right? Yesterday, I went to the Barney's in Burbank because I was just trying to get out, just to do something. I was like, I'll watch the fights a bit. The fights are going to be on kind of late. I don't want to stay up that late because I work at 6 in the morning. Anyways, I'll watch the fights. I'll sit at the bar. I'll try and be a little social, whatever, just kind of like get a rep in, whatever. I'll head back early. No big dealio, right? So I go to Burbank. I park in the parking garage. Start walking through downtown, whatever. Get to Barney's. I walk in and I'm like, okay, there's the bar. I go to the host stand. There was nobody there. Eventually, like a waiter or something was like, what's up? What do you want? And I was like, oh, are there any seats at the bar? Because from where I could see, it looked pretty full. And he was like, well, there's that one right there at the end of the bar that I could see, that I could very obviously see was open. He was like, well, there's that one. Like, and it was kind of like, fucking duh, right? I didn't appreciate it. But anyways, he was like, there's that one. And I was like, okay, well, if that's the only one, like, fuck it, we'll sit there. So then I go and I walk up and I get into that fucking seat at the end of the bar. And right next to me are two girls who are clearly friends here together. And they're like early 20s for sure, right? Two girls, and there's a shitload of empty seats on the fucking bar. There was like 3 seats next to them, and then one dude, and then 2 seats, and then another person. There's plenty of fucking space at this bar, and I, like a fucking creep, came up and sat right next to these fucking girls. And it was like the end of the bar, like cornered like that. So they were at this end, and then it turned, and I was here. So I was already kind of facing them, like in general. And I was like, I, like a fucking creep, came and sat right next to these girls. So if I talk to them, then I clearly am here to hit on them. If I don't talk to them, then I'm just in their space. And then, like, if I don't say shit forever, and then I eventually hit on them, it's like, oh, not only did this creep come and, like, crowd our fucking space, but then now he's a fucking pussy that couldn't even talk to us for 30 minutes. Now he's trying to do it, and we have to fucking appease it. You know what I mean? That sort of kind of vibe. I sat right next to them with a whole ass empty bar, right? These fucking seats, I don't know where the fuck they got them, but they were like super fluffy out on the sides. So to where like I didn't like fit in the seat like great. Like mom would hate them. My fucking knees were like squished together because like the sides of the seats were so sloping, right? This fucking bar these seats were so fucking tall. And the step on the bottom of the bar that you're supposed to step on, that shit was so fucking far, and the seat didn't have a fucking little rail. My feet are dangling like a fucking 12-year-old at the fucking bar. And I have to like cross my feet and like put them against the bar just to get them to stop fucking moving, right? And then to make it all worse, they didn't even have the fucking fights on.
Oh, they didn't have the fights on?
No!
Damn.
Which, if you're like a bar, restaurant putting on the UFC fights, the pay-per-views, you have to pay for that shit, and you have to pay a lot. So then I was like, there's no way these guys paid for that shit and they don't have it on. They had a bunch of college football games on and shit. And I was like, so if they don't have it on, they don't have it available at all. They didn't pay for it. You know what I mean? And I was like, what fucking assholes? They didn't even fucking have it. And then I was like, fucking shit. Like everything about this is going fucking wrong or badly. And I had passed some other place while I was walking to it. And that place, all the TVs had the fights on. I could see it from across the street. It was pretty popping. There was a bunch of people there. And I was like, oh, that place looks pretty cool. Maybe I'll go there. And I was like, nah, I don't feel like trying anything new today. Let me go over here. And I did look up the food. The food was way less bar food. It was more like fancy schmancy. Like, and I was like, nah, I felt like having wings. Anyways, so I fucking sat there. And then these girls are like regulars for real. They knew all of the waiters by name, and they were like talking to all of them and being friendly and this and that.
I wonder if they worked there and they were going to like get drinks.
No, well, I heard a lot. They were like,
so you were that creep that was just like,
no. I started watching a podcast. I ordered a broom and curtains on Amazon just to be occupied by my phone, right? and I also need them. And then I would fucking put on my headphones and started like watching a podcast just to like not fucking like look at them because I couldn't make myself pretend to be interested in the game. I didn't give a fuck about the game, right? And then that was the end of the bar where all the bartenders come and pick up the drinks. So there's a bunch of people coming and going, and they're fucking talking to all of them. And then the people are making drinks, and then they're there, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we saw your girlfriend over here at blah 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 blah," and then all this fucking friendly chatter, right? And I'm trying really hard to not obviously be hearing everything they're saying, right? It wasn't that bad, but it was like I was like,
so
fuck
funny.
no. I was like, fuck no, I'm not talking to these girls. Like, anyways, if you guys ever come, I think you guys would love that place. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or like the whole like vibes of it, like it's cool.
It's called, well, when I have money and the time, I'll go visit you. But I have to visit Mom first because I told her that she was going to be the first one I visit.
We're going for Christmas. Like
What does that have
Mom's
to
already
do
going to
with
go
anything?
see you for Christmas.
Yeah, but I told Mom that my first like days
Leaving?
off leaving, I'll go visit her.
Fuck you then. Nah, you might. What if I meet someone and then they want us to be a guest on their podcast and then you have to fly in?
And then I have to what?
Fly in.
Well, what? Maybe no. Can't you do like 3-way FaceTimes?
Well,
We would
we're a
just do
guest on
3-way
their
FaceTime.
podcast.
Oh, damn.
Would you be able
I
to
would
fly?
do
You think
FaceTime.
for the
I
weekend?
don't know.
You think you're gonna have the weekends off? Sophia got a new job
I don't
recently. We
know.
haven't talked a
I
whole
got a
lot
new
about
job.
it, but
I got a
we're
new
kind of
job.
talking about it now.
I got a new job. I don't know what the hours are going to be quite yet.
You don't
From
have a
what
day off. No, like
Eventually. The only thing that could
Sophia, you think you're gonna work every day of the week?
I'm kidding. The only thing is, yes, I'll have days off, but
You think
who's
you'll
to
be on
say
call?
like, well, not just that, but who's to say like if I have Mondays and like Thursdays off. They might not be like consecutive days. You know what I mean?
What time do you think your shifts will be?
I think honestly,
do you think you'd be willing to fly like overnight? Like you get out like at 7 p.m. Sunday, you go to the airport, get on a flight, show up here 3-4 in the morning, and then we do the shit, and then you fly out the next day. Like for the sake of appearing as a guest on someone else's podcast, like.
Depends on the podcast and the person, honestly.
Well, are you
Like,
gonna be? Hold on. Are you
you
gonna
know?
Are you gonna be upsetty spaghetti if
Upsetty
I go
spaghetti?
appear on a podcast like on our behalf, kind of thing? You know what I mean?
If you don't tell me about it, yes. Like if you don't give me the
no,
option to like
no. Why would
reject
I
it
not?
myself, I'm be
No,
like this
yeah, no.
motherfucker.
No.
Ugh, you know what I mean? No, but also it does really depend on like
Who it
the
is and what.
day. No.
The
Well, yes,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like also I think more so on like the days like will I barely make it? Will I? You know what I mean? Stuff like
Are
that.
we gonna be
No,
cutting
but
it close and shit?
I am thinking because the place that I'm going, it has an outpatient facility and also like the hospital part, and it has like around like 6 months of training, right? And so they're starting my training off at the outpatient part. So I'd assume that's going to be
You're not
more of
gonna
a
be-
regular,
Kind
of
more
like
steady, like
Monday through
checkups
Friday,
and this and that.
like,
You're not gonna be in the emergency
8
room
to
like
5
on call and
type
shit
of
for like
hours
Yeah,
until
that
I
makes
get to
sense.
that hospital portion. I think that's what I would assume,
Anyways.
but like we'll find out.
Anyways,
Anywho.
I met another person, kind of. Not yes and no. I want to put this on here just so that we can have the story like kind of like verified, like sealed in time, you know?
No.
How do I start the story?
I don't know. Is it the Mexican place story that you were telling Mom and Big Oscar yesterday? Or it was like a bakery that you went to, right? And then you're like,
Yeah. Wait, no, you were there?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, we can still tell the story.
I mean, I guess. Just kidding. Yeah, you can. Because I heard bits and pieces of it, but like I didn't hear like the whole ting.
That was mean. Anyways. Okay, well, since it's not gonna be I'm sure you don't know who it is, and I'm sure it wasn't gonna be like a what moment for you, which is why I was debating on how to start the story. But anyways, I think I met the guy that plays A-Train yesterday. What's his name? Jesse T. Usher. I didn't know his name. I had to look it up. Anyways, but I know the show because I started watching The Boys like 4 months ago, which
He's
is
a
pretty late.
superhero.
But anyways, he plays one of the superheroes in The Boys. He's the dude that's super fast and wears blue, right? I think I met that guy yesterday. I'm pretty sure I met him. Like I'd be more surprised to find out that I didn't meet him. Nah, I'd be more surprised to find out that wasn't him than to find out that it was. You know what I mean?
Does he even live in LA?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know that to be first with certainty,
Could have
but
looked it up.
well, might have tried, but I don't want to seem like too much of a creep. Sophia, shut the fuck up. Anyways,
Oh.
I was at a bakery called the Paris Baguette over in Encino, off Ventura, right? Encino, to my understanding, is like one of the richer neighborhoods of the general Los Angeles area. Like LeBron James lives in Encino, and Selena Gomez lives in Encino, like, or did at some point, like that kind of fucking like, yeah, right. So I went to a bakery there, and then I was just going just to try it out. Like I've just been trying out different places, like kind of just seeing the town, whatever, going here, going there. I was at Starbucks. I was working on some shit, whatever. I was like, let me go try that place. I'll go buy like a bread or like a pastry, and like maybe it's good. Maybe when people come visit, I can go take them there and it'll be cool, right? Anyways, so I went, and I had seen him in the parking lot, but I didn't recognize him then. I just saw a dude walking through the parking lot. And then I go inside, and they have a bunch of like those like display cases that bakeries have where it's just glass, but like shelves and shit with bread and shit. There was a bunch of bread and shit everywhere, and then there was like the register and the menu behind them because they also do like coffee and stuff. And then there were people in line, and I was in line, and then I kind of got to my, like, I was next in line, and I turned to the dude behind me, and I was like, no, yo, you can go. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna get. Like, I'm still looking. And so then I was kind of looking at the menu, and he went, and I was kind of just chilling, and I was next to one of the display cases, and then I kind of like turned and I was looking at it, and then he was right next to me, Jesse Usher. He was right next to me. He was kind of tall. Well, possibly. Who I think it was. Anyways, he was right next to me. He was kind of tall. And he had a fucking little tray, like a plastic lunch tray with like parchment paper and tongs. And he opened up the case and like got one of the fucking pastries and was putting it on his tray. I was standing there with nothing. So then I turned to him and I was like, be friendly, right? Like interact with strangers, which is what I've been trying to do.
Before he like realized too.
Yeah. This is before I realized. And I've just generally been trying to be more friendly and more like talkative and this and that when I'm in public, right? So I was like, be friendly, right? And I was like, oh, are we supposed to put them on the tray and then take it up to the register? Like, is that how it works? And he was like, yeah, I think so. And then I figure I've never been here before is a good enough excuse to warrant an interaction with anyone kind of anywhere. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is I'm asking, I could just say I've never been here, and then it kind of makes more sense that I'm asking, right?
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, I think so. And I was like, oh, because I've never been here. Like, I'm not sure how it works. And he was like, neither have I. I just saw some dude grab a tray from over there. And he pointed like in the corner.
Like, samesies.
Where all the trays and the tongs were. And he was like, neither have I. I just saw some dude grab it from over there. And I was like, where? And he was like, over there. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. And then I went, and then like I had seen him in the parking lot, and then I saw him there and I interacted with him. And I kind of like, I didn't look, because I don't look people right dead in the fucking face when I'm talking to them, especially if it's a stranger I'm talking to the first time, right? Talking to for the first time. I keep skipping words lately. So I didn't like look directly at him, but he had kind of like, oh, over there, whatever. And I was like, oh, thanks. And he was like, yeah. And then I was like, why is that motherfucker look familiar?
Wait a minute.
I was like, who the fuck is that? And here's the thing. In my head, it wasn't who is that? It was who is he reminding me of?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't automatically think he was someone. And I was like, who does that guy look like? Like, what the fuck? What, I reckon he looks familiar. Who am I thinking of? Who am I confusing him with? Like, and then I went and I was grabbing the tray, and then I kind of like was trying to like look without like staring and making it obvious that I was looking. But then I was looking, I was like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And in my head, I was more so just trying to figure out who is he reminding me of? Who is he reminding me of? Not necessarily who is he, but who is he reminding me of? And then I realized I was like, fucking A-Train from The Boys. And then I was like, I don't know anything about that guy, like the actual actor. So then I kind of looked it up. I was like, who plays A-Train? And it was like Jesse T. Usher. And I was like, how old is that guy? And he was like 31. And it was like, how tall is he? And he was like 6'1". And it was like this and that. And I was like, this dude is about that tall. Like he was tall.
Yeah,
I was like, he was tall.
He was like Josh's height, you know?
Yeah, I was like, he was tall. He looks to be about 31. He doesn't look way older, way younger than that. And I was like, and then I tried to like get a better look at him to like really look at the picture on Google and like, is it that motherfucker? And then I kind of looked at what he was wearing, and he was dressed like subtly nicer than everybody else. Like he was wearing like, I don't know what it is, like a tracksuit, I guess, but like not super sporty, like not Nike. Like it was like one of those more like flowy, like yeah, like soft, like flowy, like this like beige sort of thing. And he had one of the little like shoulder bags, and then like, you know what I mean? Like not super loud, but still like nice if you actually look at it. You know what I mean? Anyways, and then I was like, oh, is it that guy? Like, I think it is that guy. And then I was like, for a second, I was like, does this dude live in Encino? I fucking Googled it. I didn't find anything, but I was like, I don't know. It makes sense. And then I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. And then I was gonna, here's the thing. This is where like it's a little weird. I was gonna just try and talk to him again, like just interact, just to be friendly, right? Because I don't. At the end of the day, I think it's really easy to like see famous people and want to like manipulate your way into being friendly and to eventually kind of getting something out of them, right? And I don't want to be that kind of person, but also at the same time, like I don't know how else I'm gonna make friends here. You know what I mean? Other than trying to talk to people, and at which point, like any person is, there's no difference. Any person will do, kind of like just for the sake of being friendly or trying to like work on my social skills, right? So then I was like, well, I already interacted with that guy. I was like, and it was kind of busy in there, like there was a lot of people. So then I was like, okay, well maybe like right now I'll go sit over there, and then I'll be like, so what's up, dude? Like, how was it? How'd you like it? It's pretty good, right? Or whatever. Because he had said it was his first time. It was my first time. I was like, that makes sense. It's like a friendly conversation, whatever. But then it turned out he was there with someone else. And like he and his friend or whoever were sitting there, like just eating and shit. And I was like, okay, no, that's way more weird to like make small talk with a stranger when he's there with someone. You know what I mean? So
with
like
someone else, yeah.
Whatever. So I sat by myself. I kept calling it a fucking corn dog croissant thing. And I was like, it's like a croissant, but if you stick a fucking weenie through it, so it's like a corn dog, but it's like a croissant, but like not corn doggy.
Pigs in a blanket.
And then my dad was like, that's a fucking pig in a blanket, you fucking idiot. And I was like, oh yeah, huh? Like,
you're so dumb.
But it was big. It was like a full size weenie and like a full ass croissant. It wasn't like a little tiny little bite sized little homemade shitty pig in a blanket, you know? That shit was fucking delicious. You guys should try it when you come. And then I got this little like this strawberry croissant creamy thing. That shit was delicious too. So like, anyways, I think I met A Train. I'm not gonna say that. That kind of feels like, I feel like that's the bad part about meeting people that you know are famous, because it'll be like, oh, you're A Train, and it's like, nah, I'm Jesse. I play A Train. I've also played a bunch of other people. You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of whack.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think I met a dude named Jesse Usher who plays A Train, and then I texted Perkins because me and Perkins started watching The Boys together because his friend Marcus that came to visit from Seattle, he put us onto the show. He was like, yeah, you guys
watching The Boys.
He was like, yeah, you guys should watch it. The show is sick. And then he introduced us to it, and then we watched it. And then I left Perkins behind. I watched it all by myself because he was taking too long. God. Anyways, I texted Perkins. I was like, yo, I think I just talked to A Train because he's not gonna know him by name. And then he was like, what the fuck? For reals? And I was like, I came to his bakery, whatever. Do we get that? I think so. I've never been here. Neither have I. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, what the fuck? That's actually cool. And I was like, right?
You know what's so like weird to me?
Sorry. Like, can I just end on this note real quick? I don't want to interrupt you. Anyways, this is the first celebrity that I've not only seen in LA, like seen out in public, but actually interacted with. And this is the type of shit where in my head, it would be really, really cool if one day we're somewhere in our, success, career, whatever, and I meet him again, and I can very hilariously and creepily be like, did you go to the Paris Baguette on Ventura and Encino for the first time in November of 2024? Oh my God. And then he'd be like, what the fuck? And I was like, do you remember if this person was like, yo, do we get to trade? And he was like, I've never been here. And you were like, I've never been here either. And then he'll be like, yeah, you fucking creep. And I'll be like, that was me, bro. What's up?
I was about to say, you know what's so funny? Yeah, and that's actually kind of ties into what I was gonna say. It's so funny because like this is probably something that you're gonna remember, like, and like chances are like he might not even remember ever going there. You know what I mean? Or he'll be like, yeah, I think I've been there, but like it's kind of just like a fleeting.
It depends on whether or not he liked it. Yeah. Because if you go somewhere somewhere and you fucking love it, you'll only remember the first time you went. Like if you go somewhere and you love it and you only go once, you'll remember that time for sure. If you go somewhere and you love it and you start going a lot and you go regularly from then on, you'll only remember the first time. You know what I mean? So either way, I think. Or if you go somewhere and you hate it and it's like, yeah, I've been there, but it was ass. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you always remember the first time.
I don't know. Perspective is weird.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, but no, that was
That
just
was it.
Like,
Just that, like, for him, it was
the,
just whatever,
just,
like, random
yeah,
stranger.
random stranger. Kind of funny to think about.
That type of
But-
shit's cool to me, though. Like,
Oscar, I'm so hungry.
well, we're already up on time, so like,
That's what my stomach's doing. It's growling.
should we title this episode "Oscar Meets Strangers"?
Oscar
Or
meets strangers.
Oscar met a celebrity?
No.
Well,
Oscar
here's the
meets
thing.
strangers. Because
I
we don't
think-
even know for sure, like, if it
Yeah,
was.
I don't. That's the only reason why I want to tell the story. Like, yo, have you been to this place over here, over here? And he'd be like, oh yeah, I've only been there once. And I'd be like, don't get creeped out. But
I was
like,
there.
if I meet him, I'll be like, yo, can I ask you something? And he'll be like, what's up? And then I'll be like, don't be creeped out. And I was like, I know that's the worst way to start the story, but still, don't be creeped out.
Don't be creeped out.
They're like, let me finish the story before you're creeped out. And then I'll be like, have you ever been to wherever on Ventura and Encino? On Ventura and Encino? And he'll be like, oh, I've only been there once. And I was like, was it back in November of like 2024? And he'd be like,
Like, I
yeah,
feel like
something around that time.
I was about to say, I don't think he'd remember, like, specific, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I would think he would remember. I think he would remember.
Ago, maybe.
I think he would remember the time of year. And maybe it was a year or 2 or 3 ago. You know what I mean? But then I feel like once I tell the whole story, it's like this, and that, whatever. That was me. What? That was you? And I'll be like, I had only been in LA for 2 weeks at that time, and you were the first like celebrity, famous person I had ever seen or like interacted with. And then I think at that point it makes more sense that I remember the story so like vividly, right? But
yeah,
it might still be creepy, but fuck it. What are you gonna do?
Just a little bit. I am. Anyways, that's it for today's episode, guys. Hope you liked it. If you have any advice on meeting strangers, please leave a comment in the comments to help Oscar because he needs help. And yeah, that's all. See you guys next time, or not. Hopefully, we do. We might.
Okay,
not.
bye. Okay,
Maybe
shut up.
See you for the last.
I'm just gonna cut it off. I don't know why I'm telling you to shut up. I'm just gonna edit
so
it. Just like
rude.